Hi there everyone, Mike here with you guys once again, and this surprised me because I ordered this yesterday. Yesterday was the launch day. Ordered this on PlayStation, and it came today, like the next day. It wasn't supposed to come till Tuesday, but it's already here. It is, as you guessed, as you've seen already, PlayStation VR2, the long-awaited sequel follow-up to the original PlayStation VR. If you haven't seen my PSVR1 review and impressions, I have done videos on the PSVR1 as well as the Quest 1 and 2. But this is about PSVR2. So if you, so this is all about the new headset. This honestly feels, from what people are saying, and I can't say this for sure because I haven't tried it yet, but it kind of feels like 9th gen has officially started. Like, this is the true next generation from what people are saying. Now, I also need to point out that there are people who have complained about controller issues. Hopefully I won't have that issue. If I do, I'll let you know, and if I don't, I'll let you know. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the box. This is obviously the cover. I showed you the top already. There's that. And then we're going to go to the side. And the other side. And finally, the back. I think... Did I show you the back already? And there's nothing on the bottom, really. But yeah. So let's unbox this thing. And also, you should know that don't throw away the box, because this box is actually a real container box. It is designed for you to hold your headset and controllers inside permanently. So when you're ready to put your stuff up, just keep the box. Anyway, so here we go. We're opening this up now. And I never got the box for the original PSVR because I got it used at GameStop. But hold on, let me open this up more. Yeah, this outer box is not is trash if you want to throw it away, unless you're like a collector or something. But this is the actual. I'm about to show you the actual box that you're supposed to keep. And there's some shapes on here. Let me get myself back on, and there's the top of it. And all around are more shapes. Just more shapes all around. And alright, so let's open up this thing. See what's inside. This is the very first thing on the top of it. And try to get everything in camera as much as possible. The instructions, make sure to read these first. I'm going to do that. This, I think, is the cable that plugs the console into the headset when you're using it. Only one wire this time, not a billion. No box, except for this one to hold your stuff. And here are earbuds. Now, I heard that the earbuds are, they utilize the 3D audio pretty well. My problem with these types of earbuds is that they always fall off my ears. Now, maybe with the way they have it here, because you can sort of attach it to the console or the headset in a way, maybe that won't happen, but I doubt it. I always prefer over-the-ear headphones. I have an over-the-ear headset, but from what I'm hearing, it automatically uses stereo instead of 3D audio. I would prefer it if I could use a like a bigger headset that will utilize 3D audio, because it cancels out all the background, which is what I want. Yes, I want to be fully immersed. I don't want to be in the real world when I'm in this thing. I'm basically going somewhere without leaving the house. Without having to drive. But, yeah, hopefully my 3D Pulse headset will work properly, and I can use it for 3D audio and not stereo. Because I want 3D spatial audio. I want to hear that. Because that's one of the things that blew me away about PSVR1, or virtual reality in general, when I first tried it. And it was PSVR1. So, okay, I was wrong about that other attachment thing. This is what attaches to your headset. I don't know what that other one is for. I don't know if it's like a spare charger or something. But this is the thing that actually plugs into the headset. And before we do that, because this is going to be the headset itself, I want to save that one for last. Here are the new controllers that have officially replaced the Move. And it is obvious now the Oculus has created a VR standard. They've created a standard when it comes to this technology. When PSVR1, and in 2016, when all the headsets came out, PSVR1, Oculus, and HTC Vive, they all had different things. In fact, the Oculus didn't even have a headset when it first came out. Or not a headset. It didn't have the Oculus Rift. The Oculus Rift. I'm bumbling right now because I'm messing up my words. The Oculus Rift, when it first came out, did not have VR controllers. You had to use a standard like Xbox type controller. But the good news is now for Oculus is ever since their controllers came out, they have become the standard. And that's not the only standards they're setting, and we'll get into some more standards in a minute. But this is the I think this is the right controller. Let me see. It's labeled here somewhere, but I gotta find it. It's hard for me to tell. There is a label here somewhere. Not seeing it. There's supposed to be an L and an R. Yes, R1, that's enough. R1 is right. So this is the right controller, and it has the bumper, the circle, and the X. This is basically a PlayStation controller, a DualSense controller split in half. Like when you use your Joy-Cons and you want to split them up, this is kind of like that. But it has the same Oculus standards of Oculus, the round circle thing. You have the strap that you wear, and we finally have sticks. Something PSVR has needed for a long time. Simple sticks. I used to not mind the Oculus, the PlayStation moves. I used to not mind them and the way that you control with them until I got a Quest, and ever since then I couldn't get back into the moves in terms of motion. So now, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, as they say. So, I showed you the right controller, and these things have a bunch of features in them, like haptic feedback, and things vibrate, like the headset vibrates, and these controllers vibrate and all that stuff. And I hear it's really impressive from what people are saying. But this is the left one. This is the left one, and it has the triangle and the square on it. So this is the left half, practically, of a DualSense controller. And of course, it has stick! And of course I have these, and you have the grab things and the triggers. Basically, the grab buttons are your button controllers. Like they're the button layout. So like this is L1. And of course your trigger is L2. So that is it for the controllers. And finally, we are finally at the end here already. And I already mentioned this wire. But let me move this for a second. We're going to unopen the main event. If I can. I already touched the lenses, which you're not supposed to do. I had no idea I was touching them. But here is the headset itself. And it's upside down. Of course it is. And my thing's out of balance here. Yeah, this is the headset. The PSVR2 headset itself. And there are buttons here. You have an IBD, a physical IBD rotation thing. Something to adjust this front end. You have something to adjust the front end up here. And, of course, you have the adjustments for the back. And it works pretty similar to PSVR1 from what I'm seeing. You now have layers of blockage, more than before, to block out sunlight. And here we have... Oh, and these are the inside-out cameras. There's not as many as the Quest. I think the Quest is like 5 or 6. This has only 4. So it would have been nice to have a few more cameras here on the outskirts here, and maybe some in the back. That way, you don't lose tracking, because losing tracking can be a problem, especially depending on where you're lit. But I don't know if that's going to be the case for me here or not. But there's some more buttons here. I'm not sure. I think there's a power button. There's a mic. Yeah, there's a power button, and and the other is a see-through, like a way to see your environment without taking the headset off. So when you have to, make adjustments to change your game, especially if you buy physical, you can do that while keeping your headset on. Or if you need to look something up online, maybe you can use that. It also has this thing supports room scale, so you have to set up your boundaries just like with the Quest. It's a little bit different here because it scans your room for you before you set it out, and it also has separate categories for sitting and standing, as well as of course room scale. Oh, and one of the things I didn't like about other VR headsets compared to PSVR1 was I always found the mandatory what's it called? Boundary. The fact that they made the boundaries mandatory, I don't think you really should have them at all for sitting or standing because you're going to be in place. I think those should just be for room scale, and I think those should be optional. Okay? Because the problem with the boundaries is that, and luckily this has a way to get around it a little bit, but I always find them immersion breaking because even if you barely move, or if you just move up just a little bit, or bend and lean a little bit, you automatically see the net of laser, like the boundary itself. You see it and it takes you out of the experience. And the cool thing about PSVR1 was because it didn't have that boundary, it never broke immersion as long as you stayed within the camera. And with the Quest, while it was mandatory to have the boundary, if you set up a developer profile, like if you tell the Quest you're a developer, then they give you the option to turn off the boundary, and I appreciate that because that makes it more immersive for me. That's all I've got to say about this. It's just an unboxing. It's not a review or even an impressions because I have to try out certain things. And by the way, I need to mention this one thing about the inside-out cameras. It's another example of how Oculus has made certain things VR standards. How they made certain aspects of virtual reality a standard for everyone. The controllers are one way, but another way that they do it is through inside-out tracking. While not as precise as an actual camera, it's more convenient and good enough. And that is how you market mass appeal. That's how you create a standard. And so anyways, I'll let you guys know what I think of this thing. People have asked me to stream, but I don't really stream video games anymore. I haven't really had the want to do so. And I barely even make videos anymore because I don't really have much to say. I mean, there are things on my mind, but I'm trying to be really careful right now because everything's such a minefield and there's so much tension and other stuff and just a lot of drama going on the internet nowadays. And I've been trying to stay out of it the best I can, but there's only so much. But eventually I do need to discuss certain things. But that's those other topics. But yeah, I'll let you know what I think. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye.